Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, a shocking divorce announcement from the Real Housewives universe. And this one, no one saw coming. Then it's throwback time when I tried a Minnesota favorite for the very first time. Lutefisk. And we're kicking off a month of home design ideas with our friends, the Foxes, from HGTV. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Jason Show. We are live from our studios in Eden Prairie. Okay. Wow, that was not applause. That sounded like a train going by. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show on this election eve morning. The results are in from Michigan, and we've won over The Price is Right. The Jason Show has won over The Price is Right. So what's going on, everybody? Anything going on? Yeah. Let's welcome my good friend. She gets my vote. It's Kendall.
Hi.
Good morning, Kendall.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
You tired?
I mean, a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone's tired.
We're all tired for various reasons.
For various reasons.
Various reasons. I was up. I stayed up. I put my nerdy election night lights up around my TV. I had red and blue lights up. I did.
Are you kidding me?
Jeff's making fun of me. I love election night. So I had them up, and it looked like Rockefeller Center up in there. And then got some Chinese food and watched the results. Went to bed around 10 when I realized that we wouldn't get results last night. Mm-hmm. Went to bed, and now, here we are. Here we are. We just got to be patient. They're very patient because they've been waiting for me to stop talking to say hello to our virtual audience. Please say hello to Brenda and Kevin. Kevin, where are you zooming in from today, my friend?
Believe it or not, Jason, I'm actually in New Jersey.
Oh, sincerely?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Kevin, how late were you up watching election results?
I swear you and I were doing the exact same thing. We had Chinese food, and then about 10 o'clock, I fell asleep as well, thinking this is not come out.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just wake up and somebody will tell me the results. And I woke up and still no results. But anyway, again, patience is a virtue. Hi, Brenda. Where are you zooming in from?
Maple Grove.
Oh, I got to tell you, we are very popular with the Grove of the Maple. We get a lot of our virtual audiences from Maple Grove. I love your city, Brenda. I do.
I do too. I've only lived here for 2 years now, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a lovely place. Well, we're going to check in with our friends a little bit later. I got to tell you, results aside, I'll let my colleagues over at Fox 9 News handle that. But I was so delighted. Usually, and I don't want to stereotype, but when you go into a polling place, traditionally the volunteers are, they're older Americans. They're volunteers, the retirees. I was so kind of prideful that I heard from a couple friends too that echoed my experience. I went to my polling place and it's a whole bunch of Gen Zers volunteering, stepping in for older Americans who, probably didn't volunteer, maybe fear of the COVID or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I thanked each and every one of them. I was like, thank you. And then my favorite, of course, I named her Roberta. Roberta handed me the all-important I voted sticker. But no, and they all kind of seemed taken aback that I thanked them. But it was nice to see the younger generation stepping in and doing that and participating in that way.
Yeah, I saw a lot of tweets with accompanying photos of people that I know that are around my age, between 25 and 40.
Yeah. That
were working the polls. And I'm like, that's fantastic.
Jeff, Ted, can we check? Is Steve Kornacki, is he still awake? Or can we check? He's same clothes, same khakis, same outfit. He's still there at the magic wall. That man, I'm telling you.
Does he sleep for like a week after this?
He's like the groundhog. He's like Punxsutawney Phil. So he was working all night. And I got to say congratulations to our old producer, pre-Ted. Carl, he works for NBC News. He was so bummed though.
Why?
Listen to this, everybody. So election night at a station like this is just exciting. I don't care who you're for. I don't care what team you're on. I find it a privilege that I've had a front row to every election since 2000. So I say that because there's an energy in a building like this, in a news station on election night, that I can't even describe. Well, young Carl, our old producer, it's his first election night working for NBC News, working at Rockefeller Center. Buzz of activity. No, he had to stay home.
Oh.
Because they only allow so many people. So his first exciting election night working for the big boys spent in his living room with a Hungry Man dinner. Yeah.
Oh, and with Hungry Man. I mean.
But anyway, I'm so proud of him. Congratulations, Carl, for making it big. 4 years ago, he was right here. See? And in 4 years, Ted's going to be the star of a Hallmark movie. That's right.
You never know.
You never know. Life is funny that way. Let's get... Yeah, I know. Ted's wondering what took so long. I don't know. You're not going anywhere, Ted. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Oh, it's over there.
Handheld.
Yeah, it's my fault. I have it over there. Nothing's working. My whole radio show fell apart this morning. I had no computer. I didn't even know what time it was. I had to guess. I had to use a stupid sundial to figure out the time. Oh. One of the judges on Dancing with the Stars says fans are taking things a little too far. Carrie-Ann Inaba, or as I say, Carrie-Ann Inaba, opened up on the talk about some of the feedback that she's been getting online this season. Look at this.
Okay, they still do it in my adult years. Like, I'm, 52 years old. I'm getting bullied. Like, right now, it's about week 7, 8-ish of Dancing with the Stars. Right about this time, it's when people start to bully me because of the way I judge people. It's really interesting. I can't believe it still happens as adults. And I just want to tell people who bully, it doesn't make me change the way I judge. I'm not about to change because you're trying to bully me. It only makes me stand stronger in my convictions and what I believe in. You know what I mean? Like, just so you all know, for all you trying to bully me about it, I judge the way I judge from my background. That is my job to do it, and I will always do it based on my own conscience, not because you're trying to tell me what to do.
Oh, wow. She sounds like me a couple times over this year. Fans are mad at Carrie-Ann because of her criticism of former Bachelorette Caitlin Bristow. They think Carrie-Ann was way too hard on her. You know me, I don't like the overuse or the misuse of the word bullying. I don't know if they're I want to see. I don't want to. I don't like when people downplay when I'm going off on idiot people online. So I want to see the tweets that she's talking about. If they're critiquing her judging, that's one thing. But if it's racist or if it's just vile tweets, that's a whole other thing. Because hello, it's Dancing with the Stars. Let's put everything in perspective. It's Dancing with the Stars.
Well, I'm really glad she said, listen, no matter what you people say to me, I'm still going to do my job. I have a background in this. There's a reason I'm here, and it's not going to change my opinion. You can't bully me into feeling how you feel. Yeah,
and okay, so I took the other side a few seconds ago, so let me defend her here. Look, doing any type of job like this, like Carrie-Ann, when you're judging something and you're putting yourself out there, in the era of social media, it is way more difficult. It's just more difficult because everybody has access to you. Back in the day, it would take Connie, a couple days to type up a letter and send it to your station to tell you that you suck. Now it takes Connie 2 seconds to tell you she'd rather eat a beaver than watch your show.
I know. And Connie
and Connie, and I love you, but I'm just saying,
Right. And she had to pay for postage, and some people just weren't up for that.
But I mean that. People have, it. I'm not telling you anything you don't know.
No.
People have instant access, to make you feel horrible. Yep. And that's not great, but that is part of the territory, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
That's right. And that's why eventually I will become a shift manager at Culver's. Next in the dish, if they're hiring. I don't know. I don't think I'm qualified, actually.
We could try.
I'm so hungry. I love Culver's so much. Jeff, can you order some Culver's, please, before the end of the show?
What?
A butter burger with just ketchup and cheese, please.
Oh, can I get a buttermilk milkshake? Was it butterscotch?
He's already left.
Yeah.
Oh, Ted wants chicken fingers, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next in the dish, he just went like this. Just get on with the show. Next in the dish, a shocker. And I mean this, in the world of the Real Housewives. Yesterday, Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, Erica Girardi, filed for divorce from her husband, big old lawyer, Tom Girardi. In a statement, Erica said it was a decision she didn't take lightly or easily. She's 49, she's a singer. She, became a reality star on Housewives. She's been married to dude, he's 81, for 21 years. He's the lawyer, by the way, behind the case made famous by Julia Roberts in the movie Erin Brockovich. Girardi appeared a few times on Real Housewives. Erica is asking people, of course, please respect my privacy. even though I'm on a reality show. She's currently shooting the new season. Horrible timing. Anyway, this shocked me. I will tell you, in my circle, there were a few people that cared more about this than the election. I had to like slap them across the face. But anyway, I was like, eye on the prize, people. They called me, "Can you believe Erica?" I go, "Get down and vote."
Get down the block now.
Then call me about Erica. Show me your voting sticker, and then you can care about Erica on The Real Housewives. But all kidding aside, this was shocking because they seemed well balanced. They seemed like they had a great rhythm. And what I mean by that is they were very independent. Erica would go off and sing and dance, and Tom would do his stuff. They seemed to be happy, but this just proves you never know what's happening when the doors are closed.
Never know. Wasn't there the whole prenup thing too? That's kind of like
They didn't.
in the
She
news?
said they never had a prenup.
Right, and so that keeps coming up too. It's just an interesting little tidbit.
So if you listen very closely, you can hear Tom Girardi in an ATM right now. Why am I doing this? You don't do this in an ATM, do you?
You do this.
You do it like that. There we go. My friends, go grab some more orange juice, or if you've been up all night, maybe a whiskey sour. And we'll be right back with more right after this. We have so much ahead coming up. We're kicking off a month of great home design tips, and we couldn't think of two better people to help than our friends, the Foxes from HGTV. Then winter is hard for so many reasons. Well, and especially for our single friends. So how do you successfully date in winter and during a pandemic? Our matchmaking expert has the clues. And next, throwback time to when I tried a Minnesota favorite for the very first time. The Jason Show will be right back.
Instagram is the place I go to be like, I'm so fabulous and wonderful, and Twitter's like, I'm a mess. I'm really sorry. Like, can we all go have a drink and talk about it?
So on Instagram, you're amazing, but on Twitter, you're having a complete
it's like,
psychological collapse.
Yeah, here's the real deal. It's a nightmare in here.
Yeah, and what about, I mean, you said that there's no drunk, I mean, you try not to have some wine or have a few drinks and then tweet, but that's a huge problem for certain people. Andy, you're very, no, I don't mean that you do it, but I think you're very disciplined about that.
No, I've
You're
put out
great
some.
on Twitter.
Oh, thank you.
I love you on
Thank
Twitter.
you very much. I have put out some regrettable tweets. My problem more is the drunk internet shopping. Getting,
Really?
yeah, just like getting like, wow, this hideous sweater. Oh, right.
These
that
sneakers that are made of waffles.
Yeah, that's more the problem. The tweets, because
Do you get in trouble for stuff you say? Because you say some pretty wild stuff.
No, not really. Wait,
Oh.
he doesn't know.
I'm gonna get one of these Twitter machines someday, and
Then
then I'll know what's going on.
Welcome back, Anna Kendrick on with Cohen, Andy Cohen. No, that's Conan O'Brien. Welcome back. There's our audience. We're going to be checking Brenda taking a swig. Right there, look at her. Brenda's like getting some
Hi,
hydration.
girl.
Brenda's getting some hydration. Brenda, I need some of that water. I do. I'm dehydrated. Brenda's offering it up. I'll be right there, Brenda. Maple Grove's, 20 minutes away? I'll be there by the end of the show.
There's a water fountain over there.
Can I tell you, too, let me celebrate the staff because they've all worked really hard. I'll say this at the end of the show. The whole Fox 9 News team, they've been here all night. I'm not kidding. What's his name at the assignment desk? Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks awful. He just looked,
That's just how he looks.
He hasn't showered in 2 days, but he's worked so hard.
That's just how he looks.
That is normally how he looks. And Tyler, our floor director here, moments before the show, I didn't have this magic card, which tells me the important information of who our audience is. He leapt over here like a Hungarian shot putter. He was just like leapt like Wonder Woman, like the Bionic Woman. Yeah. Next in the dish. Cher visited the Colbert show the other night, and she, if you didn't know this, Cher's actually a big political junkie. And Stephen asked her about how she deals with her nerves on nights like last night. Look.
Now, I know you don't drink and you don't smoke. People are dealing with their stress in the next 24 hours. I know a lot of people are feeling a little squirrely. Do you stress eat? What's your vice?
No, I stress. I mean, I don't do the other, but I stress.
But how do you
And I
deal
just-
with it? Do you hit the ice cream hard? What do you do?
sometimes, but that doesn't really help. I think I might start drinking tomorrow night.
Oh, well, let us know. Let us know. That'll be headline news.
No, I just, you know what? I have a ring and I wear it and it says, "Fear not." And my friend gave it to me and I just twirl it. And when I'm really, really nervous, I just look down at it. And when it says "Fear not," I stop myself.
I have a ring that says patience now. Patience. That's Cher. I realized that Cher was a political junkie, and it's the perfect time to pull this nugget of a story out. It was the very first election that I ever covered at Fox 9, 2000. I had just started here. I was maybe 7 months into the job, and I saw my name on the assignment board, and it said Jason Cher. And I looked at the assignment editor, and I said, "How dare you?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "You never joke with a gay about Cher." I said, "You never, that's not funny. We don't find it funny. Don't do that." He goes, "No, Jason, the real Cher is in Roseville at a factory campaigning for Al Gore, and I want you to go interview her." So I ran. I started crying. I did.
He did.
I ran home. I told the photographer I would just meet him there. I ran home. I grabbed my Mermaids laser disc. It's one of my favorite movies. I grabbed something for her to sign, a Channel 9 folder, and then I walked up to Cher, and I said, I asked my question, and I said, "Would you mind signing this?" And then she grabbed my fat little cheeks, and she goes, "Of course you like mermaids," and then signed my laser disc. Let's go to the audience. Brenda, Cher was talking about stress eating. If you're stressed, what is your go-to stress eating thing?
I can't eat.
Oh,
my stomach gets so upset.
Oh, so you're the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's water in that water bottle, right, Brenda?
Yeah, I had one Jameson last night and I couldn't handle anymore.
Okay. Write this down, right? We want Brenda back on the show. She had Jameson last night. Jeff, write her name. Ted, get her name and number, please. Kevin, were you hitting the Jameson last night? What's going on at what's your stress food?
It wasn't Jameson. I was starting with wine last night. Both my husband and I could not take it any longer, so we just opened the bottle and just started drinking.
Yeah, we have a wine room. It's empty now. We have a little wine closet. It's empty. We don't have any left. Anyway.
Exactly.
Thank you, guys. Okay, can we just acknowledge that Brenda, and she's so casual about it. Well, I just had some water, and then I had a Jameson. Atta girl.
Just one.
Just one, Kendall. Just one. Little dab will do ya.
Love it.
I love my job. Next in the dish, get out a pad of paper and a pen and start getting your Christmas list together. We may have some items for you. Kendall?
Oh, good.
Get
I've
a
been
pencil.
thinking. Okay.
Are you not paying attention? Get your pencil ready. Here we go. The Goop Holiday Gift Guide is here, everybody. And if you don't know, that's Gwyneth Paltrow's overpriced lifestyle brand. And we're going to run through some of the hotter items that I'll be getting for our staff this year. First up, how about the Hermes skateboard? This board is ideal for transport, traveling through the urban jungle with hair blowing in the wind. And it can be yours for $4,425. Kendall, I'm very excited to tell you I won't be buying you this year. No, I'm getting that for Tyler. That little athletic move that he did a few minutes ago, it's worth it, yes. Next up, hey, Kendall, don't want to go to the hospital these days to give birth?
Did you just tell everyone I'm pregnant?
No, you're not, and don't start that rumor because she's not. But hey, Kendall, if you are pregnant and you don't want to go to the doctor, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Look at this photo.
Okay. I think that's Nick at the assignment desk right now. I think that's our entire Fox 9 News team right now, actually. You're looking at a live shot at our newsroom. Hey, this is actually a custom birthing chair. It introduces a feeling of tranquility to provide ease during this time of potential uncertainty and extreme discomfort. The price tag, $7,500. Okay. Isn't a hospital cheaper? I've never.
You've never given birth.
I've never given birth.
Oh.
But
I just saw Brenda and Kevin.
I'm going like this. Babies just don't go, hey. Like
We're
Jack
here.
Nicholson in The Shining, but Anyway, so after you've had a baby,
Okay.
Ted, can we just leave this picture up for the whole show? At the end of the day, do you need a good soak? How about this custom concrete self-heating tub?
Yeah.
Gone is the chance to commission your own personal Van Gogh, but you have the chance to bask in a masterpiece equally as remarkable. The price tag, $100,000. No. Okay, Brenda, out of the 3 items, we got your birthing chair, we have your bathtub. What item can the skateboard, which one can I get for you?
Well, I would take the bathtub.
Okay. And
I've given birth twice, and yeah, I'm done with that.
Kevin, can I interest you in a birthing chair? We only have 2 things left.
Sold. I'll take it.
Perfect. Please, oh please, send us a picture of that. If yes. Wow. Okay. That was remarkable.
So does that mean I get the skateboard?
But you know what? Brenda doesn't need to give birth. I can see Brenda with a little shot of Jameson, just laying back, watching the TV. You know what I mean? Just we're lounging around in the birthing chair. Relatives come over. Hey, Brenda, what's that? It's my birthing chair.
Good lumbar support.
Yeah, exactly. After all the craziness and tension of 2020, we all need to sit back and have a good laugh, don't we? So we thought it would be fun, really, we thought it would be fun today because we all just need a respite, right? We need to stay off Twitter for a couple hours. That's why we're having the show today. We need a break from news. So we're going to revisit some of our favorite stories from the past that you may have missed, and we just want to put a smile on your face. Today, it's all about a food well known here in Minnesota that either people love or hate, lutefisk. It is a traditional Nordic dish common during the holiday season. 2 years ago this month, I teamed up with the author of the book, 100 Things to Do in the Twin Cities Before You Die, to try lutefisk at the iconic Jack's Cafe in Now, before we roll this, in Northeast Minneapolis. You should know, and I'll say this in the story, I have never had it before. I've lived here for 20 years, had no interest in trying it. Take a look. Today's Fish Out of Water brings us to Northeast Minneapolis, Northeast, to a staple, Jack's. Personally, I love their happy hour, their Polish sausage and pretzel bites, a fave. But sadly, my friends, I am not here for the Polish sausage. I am here to try lutefisk. Show your book, Tom. Let's sell some more copies.
100 Things to Do in the Twin Cities Before You Die.
One of the things that Tom has not done is eat lutefisk. We have this in common. We bonded.
That's right.
See, this will teach you to open your mouth. Now here we are.
It's my big confession because there's the 100 things, and there's probably like 2 or 3 things I actually haven't done. So that's my confession here on TV.
People really do await the arrival of the lutefisk around this time of year.
That just yesterday, they got 20 calls just confirming, hey, you're going to do the lutefisk again. And so Jack's does it. A lot of churches do it.
Well, I may need to go to church after eating the lutefisk. I mean, we have a Norway expert off camera. She doesn't even eat lutefisk. So that doesn't instill confidence in me.
The thing about the book, though, is that I'm telling people to try lutefisk. The entry doesn't say enjoy it. It just says try it.
How long does it take to make a gelatinous fish? To me, if you're having to put fish in poison at any point of the process, perhaps nature's telling us we shouldn't be eating that fish.
I don't even know what it looks like. I really have never seen it.
Does it wobble? Oh!
It's like a gelatin.
Fish?
I don't know.
Oh.
Have you ever upchucked?
Okay, here it comes.
Is this it?
Oh. Oh, okay. Now, it's not quite as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Scary.
Oh.
It's scary, she said.
No, Monica, I need you to positive reinforcement.
No, it does. It looks like just a slab of gasoline.
Like a slice of Vaseline, if there was such a thing.
It's see-through.
See, do you mind if I just kind of just...
No, don't press it.
Don't press it, it's kind of squishy. It is not a solid...
I'm not joking, even you doing that.
Is that really?
It's a little, I have like right here.
Oh God. Well, aim that way.
I know, I won't, don't worry.
That way, that's where I am.
I feel like we should have the 2001 A Space Odyssey theme playing as we prepare to do this. But fine, you're the guest. You go first.
It's just kind of wiggling there on the fork. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, okay, just go ahead. Just.
It's just kind of. It was kind of bad, but it wasn't.
Oh, it literally
It's
like Jell-O.
I think it's more the smell for me. Jeez, what are you doing? Are you okay? Mm-hmm. All right. I feel like I'm more of a counselor at this point, talking you through it.
This is the worst. Shane, if you're watching, this was the worst. Like, oh, I love Jack's Cafe. I'm coming back for the Polish sausage and pretzel bites. This, nada. Nada. Love the restaurant.
Not as a lutefisk?
No, not a lutefisk kind of guy.
Sorry.
Support local restaurants, everybody. Sincerely, do takeout, whatever. They need you. Still ahead, everybody. Kendall meets up with Heather Fox for some interior design advice for kicking off a brand new series. But next, the dark COVID winter is coming. And for the single folks out there, it could be a really lonely one. We're going to chat with a professional matchmaker, our good friend April Davis, when we come back. Finding love in a pandemic. Welcome back to your respite from news and Twitter for just a few minutes. Welcome back. Winter is coming, and on top of that, hello, COVID. So what does that mean for your dating life? I'm talking to all of our single friends out there. Here to talk about the dreaded COVID winter, professional matchmaker, our good friend April Davis is back. Hi, April.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing really well. You know, our executive producer and I were just talking, and we all have friends that are kind of in this predicament. You know, we're 9 months into this. They really didn't date, you know, March, April, May. They really want to start dating, but it's like, how do you even begin? So how do you make a plan to meet somebody new in this environment?
Well, so say you are doing online dating, or maybe you meet somebody through social media or even matchmaker. You know, what I think is important is to really have a plan when you actually do go to physically meet with them. You know, what are your standards? What are your parameters? And, you know, what are you comfortable with? And make that known to the other person. So then you're both on the same page and stick to your plan. So if you're not comfortable with sharing a meal with somebody on a first date and, you know, being within 3 feet of each other with no masks on, you want to make that known, and you want to talk about it. You know, is it appropriate to hug the first time that you're meeting in person? You know, and it's just, those are the kinds of questions that you want to ask yourself and talk about with your date.
Okay, and then where is the line? Is it all right, in your opinion, to ask the blunt question, hey, how safe have you been? How do you have, because that's important.
I think it is important because everybody has their own perspective and personal views on what they think is, you know, what is appropriate for them. And so, yeah, just like when you're going to have sex with somebody for the first time, you talk about, you want to know where you're at with, as far as, you know, protecting yourself. And that's the same thing with, if you're going to go on a date with somebody, that you want to understand, you know, what have they just gone to a rally or something, or what are they doing to protect themselves? What are their thoughts around wearing a mask, you know, and social distancing? So then you're both on the same page, and you think, and you know, you're taking what kind of risks that you're taking, and that's appropriate for you.
And then right after that, you can slide over the very simple 2-page questionnaire. Please fill this out, and we'll go on a second date. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of people actually making the other person have a COVID test before meeting up in person. So,
hey, well,
you know, everybody. So, yeah.
Okay, and finally, before we go, we're going to keep you on for another segment, but how about some ideas? Because, I mean, fine, you've had the conversation, you've agreed to do something, but what is something? What do you do?
So during this time, we have to get creative and try different things. So right now, especially this week, because it's so nice here in Minnesota, you could do things like going horseback riding, having a picnic, maybe going hiking or winery, and then also as we're going into the winter, you're going to want to think about indoor activities. And this is for people that are in relationships as well. It's important to have some sort of hobby or activities that you can do inside so you don't go totally bonkers crazy this winter as we're in lockdown.
Absolutely. Well, as I said, April's sticking around, and when we come back, there's a new trend that's happening called woke fishing. What is it? She'll explain when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. Woke fishing. Nothing to do with lutefisk. Welcome back, everyone. We are with professional matchmaker April Davis from Luma Luxury Matchmaking. Okay, April, I want to ask you, there's a new trend. There's always, in anything, there's trends, and dating is no different. Tell the folks what woke fishing is.
It's when someone pretends to have progressive political beliefs, saying that they're anti-racist or, some kind of activist or climate concern. But in fact, they're just saying that so then they can ensnare a new partner.
Oh, seriously?
And, these people, oftentimes they're just, they may be just the opposite, so it's kind of like catfishing, but with political beliefs.
Okay, so how do you catch? How do you do this? I think I can figure it out, but how does this happen?
It's just people putting things on maybe their online dating profile or their social media, and they're presenting themselves as being one way, and that's a way that I think is going to be appealing to the opposite sex or whoever it is that they're trying to attract. And in fact, they actually don't feel that way at all, and sometimes it's even the opposite. I've heard cases where this guy was actually part of a Nazi movement, and he was dating a lady that was from the Middle East, and was explaining to her that he had left the Nazi. He was no longer part of it anymore. But it was obviously something that was very much against what he was dating. Very much against his views. So it was just kind of like basically it was convenient for him to say that he was one way in order to get her to date him.
Yeah, to put a ribbon on this, I remember that you and I spoke within a month after the pandemic started and the lockdown, and I was like, we were talking about how people are going to start dating. Have you, now that we're months into this, with your clients, have you found a pretty good success rate, even with all of the limitations, even with all of the obstacles? Are you finding people, Jurassic Park says nature finds a way. Are people finding a way?
Definitely. The apps and the matchmaking services and stuff, they're all just super busy right now. And they have probably I know the apps are having record number of users because people can't go out. Normally we would be able to this summer have gone to social events and meet people organically that way. But because we're having to social distance, we're looking at a lot more at technology as a means to meet, and just I think it's just part of our human nature. We need social interaction, so it's really important to find ways to do that, and people are being creative.
Absolutely. April, thank you so much. For more information, head to lumasearch.com. I am just very glad that I don't have to be on a dating site. It's just a lot. It's like calisthenics. It's like, no. Still ahead, everybody. Kendall meets up with Heather Fox for some design tips as we kick off a month-long series. That and more when we come back. Back after this. Welcome back. We're all spending more time at home these days. And starting today, we're going to kick off a month-long series to help you spruce up your surroundings. Every week, local HGTV star Heather Fox will give us useful tips that you can use in your house. And today, it's all about dry flowers. Here's Kendall at the Foxwell store in Edina.
Here with what I've been calling Help Me Heather, Heather Fox, doing us all these interior design inspos all month long at Foxwell. And this is the thing right now. Teach me about dried flowers.
Okay.
It's big.
It is. Okay, so dried florals are huge, huge, huge this year. So even though it's kind of thought of as a fall thing,
Right.
it's been all year round, and I think it's going to continue. So invest in some pretty dried florals now, and they're going to last you for, I mean, really forever. They're dead. What are they going to do? Just dust them and you're good.
I love that, and I think it really will hold over into everything too. So you set this up, this is great. So it's easiest to masterclass.
Exactly. So this one, this is real simple.
This is for the basic lady in all of us.
Yes, this is just sticks. I mean, come on. But how cool does that look? Imagine that on a mantle. If you had a taller vase on a floor in front of a fireplace.
Oh, I
it's
love
such
that.
a cool look, right? And I just love these.
And
So
they're just
simple.
Shoved in there, really.
They're just shoved in there.
Oh, this is for all
Easy.
my basic ladies out here. Love it.
Easy peasy.
Next step.
Okay, step 2. This one, a little more complicated, is we have 2 kinds of dried florals. We start with a vase. This is sold in a bundle, this grass.
Oh, nice.
The grass goes in. The hardest part is making sure it fits. And then you have these little guys. You have to cut them to the right size and then just kind of stick them in. Key again, cutting to the right height. You don't want these to be the same height. You want them to, you know, be a little bit shorter. So cutting these off and just kind of playing with what the height should be. Okay, and how cool is this? I mean, done.
This is for our let's try it mediumers.
Still simple though. This is really just 3 different bundles all put together. So this is 1 bundle of grass, 1 bundle of these little dudes, 1 thing of this, which is baby's breath.
I was
by
like,
the
is
way.
that baby's
It
breath?
is, it's coming back. I
Oh my
love
goodness.
it. Coming back.
That's so awesome.
And the cool thing about baby's breath is it's actually really easy to dry on your own too. So if you buy some live stuff, you have it, you know, sitting in your dining room, it looks all cool. I really do like baby's breath. And then as it dries out,
It's
I mean,
cute.
yeah, you're set. I think this is another case of like having the right vase. This would also look cool in a clear vase, but like having it in the gold and then having these colors pop through, that's what kind of creates this whole look. And then to the more complicated.
Okay, this is our master class.
Yes. So masterclass could also be called the odds and ends because all of these were like little extra guys that we had laying around from other projects that we put together. So this is like what you do with the leftovers. So you have a bunch of like, you've made some other ones and you have just a few extras. You just kind of throw them in here.
I like that.
The one thing I really love about this is the palm leaf. I think
Oh
this
my
is kind of
gosh.
a cool little guy. He just adds a little bit of like drama in the back. He's like, hi.
Flair.
And then all of these, I mean, it's just like a few grasses, a few little sticks of this. And I think this is like trial and error. You know, you kind of put things together, see how they feel, what you think of them, take things away. So it's a lot of editing. And then also these guys, I think it's kind of figuring out that they're the right height. So maybe starting with longer, because you can always go shorter. It's hard to get taller.
That pampas grass is like what everybody has right now.
Yes.
And I used it at my house and it got everywhere.
Oh,
but
it
you
is
have a
so
trick.
messy. Okay, my trick. Yeah, you have to just like shake it like crazy. Outside, not inside.
Right.
And then you take hairspray. Spray it with hairspray, and that's gonna lock it in so it's not gonna all fall. See? Look at hardly falling.
Oh my goodness. If I had only known this like a week ago. Dried florals, everybody.
Cyclical. Everything that's in fashion eventually comes back.
Always.
My mother used to have in the 80s, in a corner, these giant feather things that looked like droppings from a peacock. And they were huge, just giant fern things that looked like that.
Yep.
But they were messy and they would drop things. No one ever thought of spraying some Aquanet on there.
I know. That was like the biggest tip was with the pampas grass because it's really big right now. Everybody uses it. And
Why
it
do I
gets
love when you say
everywhere.
pampas grass? That's right.
It just gets everywhere.
Find at the very conceited table in the cafeteria.
Basically.
Yes.
Well-
Betsy has pampas grass.
And what we talked a lot about with that was just the hardest part is actually just getting it in the vase. And so if you make the whole arrangement in your hand and plunk it in, then it's a lot easier. I don't know if you've tried to do these. It's kind of hard to make them look pretty like that.
Yeah, I did some on Saturday. It didn't turn out well.
Did you really?
No, I didn't. No, no.
No.
Again, I go against the stereotype on that.
Okay.
I can't dance and I don't arrange flowers well.
Well, it is nice. It adds a lot of color, and you can do it obviously into the winter season she talked about too. But that was one of my big tips. Did you see that was on a like credenza?
Yeah. But let's be clear, we're never going to make it as beautiful as Heather Fox. You know, no matter how we arrange, it's never going to look that cool.
I know.
That's why you just go to
Heather.
You go to Fox House or Foxwell. Go to Foxwell. Go in there and be like, Heather, Aquanet me some ferns.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. So we did this, and then she also showed me how to arrange a table, like a table for a living room table. We talked about a credenza. We talked about how you can arrange that to make it pretty, or a bar. So there's a lot of stuff coming up this month that we'll be talking about.
And by the way, if you're playing our drinking game with us, you've now drank 3 times with the word credenza. Right there. That's our magic word today.
Do you remember why?
Yeah, I know what my mother had a credenza.
I know.
And I still don't know what it is.
See?
It's a cabinet, right? It's some sort of, hold on a minute. Hey Siri, what's the definition of credenza?
Oh my goodness.
Hey Siri, what's the definition of credenza?
Credenza means a sideboard or cupboard.
A sideboard or cupboard?
Well, I mean, you could have it in the dining room, the living room, the office.
Hey Siri, that was awful. Oh, she just wrote, I'm sorry. She literally did write, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, Jason.
She's shamed.
I know.
It's all right, Siri. Hey Siri, tell us a joke.
A clown held the door for me today. That was a nice jester.
For more information on Feather's Foxwell shop and studio, check out thefoxwell.com.
Did you just say Feather's Foxwell shop? Heather's Foxwell shop.
What did I say?
Feather.
Feathers? Oh.
We're talking
sorry,
about
it's the election, girl. I had Chinese food and I was drinking Jameson with our friend over there. I was like, well, Brenda and I were having Jameson last night. Hey guys, we're going to take a break. Speaking of Brenda, our audience will be back right after this. Stay with us. I can't do it as well as the Yam House guys. No.
It's okay.
Thank you for just really quickly confirming that.
Yeah.
You could have paused for just a second.
No.
Anyway. Stay connected with our show on social media. It's really easy. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to search for The Jason Show TV. The show never stops there. And I jokingly told you about my election lights at my house last night. You can see those fabulous videos on my personal account to search for Jason Matheson. I had red and blue all over the place. Again, I felt like, well, I wanted Steve Kornacki to walk through the door.
You wouldn't have been surprised. You'd be like, welcome.
Well, if Kornacki would have, well, yeah, I would have been a little surprised. I would have offered him some Chinese food and Brenda's Jameson.
Yep.
We're going to take a break. Our audience will join us to wrap things up right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Let's say so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye to our virtual audience. Once again, it's Brenda and Kevin. Oh, Brenda, got another cup. What's going on, Brenda?
Well, right now it's empty.
Oh, well,
But
you know.
but I was drinking my coffee out of it today in honor of you, Jason.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love, what season? Oh, that's a pretty one. That's one of my favorites.
But I always wanted a green because green is my favorite color.
Well, you know what? The minute we can have audience back, you got to come in here and I'll get you a green mug. Kevin,
I want to come back desperately.
Kevin, what's that? Oh my goodness! Introduce the love there.
Oh, Jason, this is the love of my life. This is Lucy.
Well, I wouldn't say that quite so loud if your husband's right there, but that's fine. It's fine.
Today's their birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Lucy. Well, guys, thank you so much for being a part of our post-election show, and thank you for supporting us. I greatly appreciate it. Come back and see me soon. Tomorrow on the show, I'm chatting with the ladies of The Real. I'm actually doing it in just a few minutes. You'll see that tomorrow. Plus, we'll check in with Dax Holt. All the votes are in for him, and he's a winner.
He's a winner.
He's a winner, and so are you, Kendall.
Thanks, and so is Lucy. She was so cute.
So cute. Hey, guys, I just want to say a big thumbs up and congratulations to my colleagues at Fox 9 News for just doing an astounding job all night long, bringing all of you the best coverage. That's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thank you for watching, everybody. Take a break from Twitter for a second. Just take a break, breathe in and breathe out, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.